Hello, everyone. I'm John Fan, CEO of Kopin Corporation. I'm very happy to be here. So why I'm here? Well, we're going to talk about AR, VR, but why John Fan? Well, Kopin has been in AR, VR for about 30 years. We started AR, VR very long ago. We also provide components, critical components, to many companies that are showing their products today in the exhibition hall. So through these 30 years, we get a lot of experience from military, for enterprise, for commercial applications, from consumer applications. So what I'm going today, I'm going to first talk about what do we learn and what kind of rules we think to develop the AR and VR headsets. Finally, we'll give you a few examples, successful examples that people actually make AR, VR headsets and successful about it. First of all, my CFO would like me to show this statement. It's a forward-looking statement, so don't believe anything I say. Okay, here it really starts. I think AR, VR is very important because it really represents the evolution of computers. Computers started 50, 60 years ago. In the last 50 years, we went through 5 major transformations. Every time it goes smaller first, less features, and then in 10 years, it becomes more features, more performance than the previous generation. And they also become smaller, lighter. Okay? So these are transformations happening in the wearable. The computer is going to go to wearable computer on a person, no longer in the hands. Smartphones started about 10 years ago, but now it turned to be very powerful. It's a handheld. The next generation is going to be hands-free, wearable computer terminal. But it will not start right away more powerful than the cell phone. No. You should become very simple units. In 10 years, let's look back. It'll be more powerful than a cell phone today. So be careful not to over-design. Now, how about 30 years ago? It's actually really started very early. 1990, DARPA, and some of you probably don't know about DARPA. DARPA is a defense agency looking for future technology. In the 60s and 70s, they started DARPANET, which of course came out to be internet. So 1990, they call me in and call in several other industrial academic professors and industry leaders, say, we would like to have a mobile soldier that can wear computers on their head. Remember, this is 1990. At that time, the computer still used CRTs. So they want us to make a computer that can wear on the soldier's head. The first thing we did is we proposed to get rid of the CRT and make micro displays. And DARPA very liked the idea. They give us $50 million to a Kopin small company to develop the small little computer screen. Solid state LCDs. 3 years later, we made it, and IBM, on the upper left-hand corner, IBM used our display to build a wearable computer. If you look at that, it's clearly shocking. 1993, it looks like many of the units we show today in the booth. It is 1993, IBM built the first wearable computer. It's showing that in the magazine and using our display. So I just want to let you know, wearable computer is not new. It's just that it takes time to get all these features together. In 30 years, we're in everybody's head. I mean, we're in Google Glass, of course. Many of the things that you show in the booth today. So now, why is the wearable computer, why is it on the head? Why is it on the head? Well, the reason is that everything, most of the senses in the human body is on the head. Your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth is on the head. So at the end of the day, the wearable computer will be around your head. So therefore, AR and VR headset will be the driving force for the wearable. Okay. Then why do people want to wear something? Nobody wants to wear things on their head unless they have to. Let me tell you the advantage of AR, VR. This is the way we define it. Okay? AR is actually, it makes the human more useful, more powerful information on the go. It actually improves your world, our world. VR is different. It creates a fantasy, creates a dream world for you. It creates a new world for you, okay? How about MR? MR is a mixed reality. It's somewhere in the middle, which is actually transforming the world. So these are three things we defined. AR, to improve your world. VR, to give you a new world. And MR is to transform the world. And this is the way we look at the bridge. And it's very important to understand this view graph. On the one side is the physical analog world that we experienced for the last 2 million years. It's the analog physical world. But with the computer, with the digital world, with the sensor, we now have a digital world, which is a digital analog. A digital world is a virtual world. It's not the real world. So what we want to do is combine them together. It started with AR and end up with VR. So somewhere in the middle is a mixed world. So the key matter, remember, AR is mostly physical world mixed with some virtual digital world. And the VR is mostly digital world mixed some with the analog world, the physical world. So here I'm going to talk about the rules. I think this is very important. Once you understand the definition of AR and VR, the first rule on AR is mostly physical world. So it's human. So we say the human must come first, not the technology. The biggest barrier to headsets right now is, in fact, is the human. Human is the barrier. Human doesn't like to do things that to wear anything on their head. Especially, they do not want to wear technology on their head. So how do we provide the benefits so that they will wear? The second rule is people get too many information to them, okay? We got to deliver the AR information to people in small controlled bursts. Don't confuse them. The cognitive brain cannot absorb those data. It's very big distraction. You cannot do that. Yeah, the Hollywood believe that, but it's not going to be happening. The third rule is you got to understand situation awareness. It's very much ignored, okay? Remember, we have 5 senses: the voice, the sight, okay, all the way down to taste. The vision and the audio are the most senses that allow you to know where you are. We have a physical space. Now with the digital world, now you have a digital space. People want to be aware both of the physical space and the digital space. If you block them off, both of them, they cannot wear for long, they will take it off. And this is especially important for virtual reality. You've got to remember, you've got to let them have the physical and digital space. The fourth rule is the void is the touch. Why is that? Well, in the smartphone, the touch screen is the user interface. It's genius. The Apple came out with the touch phone as the user interface. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, in the wearable, the touch screen is not the user interface. It's a small display with little optics expanded to your eyes plus voice. This forms a new user interface for wearable. If you want to see how it works, later on we could talk about a product that comes out to show you the new interface. So voice is the new touch. Okay, how about the benefits? Why do people want to wear AR, VR on their head, especially AR? Why do they want to do that? Here's the curve. The first things first is military. We all know that. Everything, new technology, new computer technology, you should start with the military. Then you go to enterprise. Then finally go to consumer. So the military go first because they have saved life, they're going to win the war, and they could train the soldiers. So they can use it first. The second one is actually, we believe, is health and fitness. Everybody want to be healthy. Why do you wear eyeglasses? Because it correct your vision. So you will wear, right? This is a health and fitness. And in enterprise, make the workers more effective, more useful. So those are the functions which the people are willing to put on their head. If you go to later on to the exhibition hall, most of the headsets now are towards enterprise for AR. And that is the right way to go. Later on, you still have fashion. Actually, we think entertainment and gaming is less really this. So you have to get very cheap. You have to be you some way provide them at a very low cost. The value equation is not there. So this is our final rule. You have to design something that's good-looking, lightweight, comfortable, with real benefits. Otherwise, your headset will be a failure. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about VR. Actually, many of the benefits, many of the issues, many of the rules for VR is about the same. But they are a little bit different. So I'm going to talk about the different way. So let me summarize. In fact, the VR will follow the same curve most of it. Human, you have to be first. You got to remember the physical world comes first. Situation awareness, voice, as well as you have to design it well. In the case of VR, as I mentioned, some of them are the same as VR, AR, but it's not. First of all, the biggest VR problem, which we think is people want to get a very large image, which is right at the end. But at this moment, if you look at a blurry image, nobody's going to look at a TV with blurry image for long. People don't understand it. Say large is big, large is good, large is not good, sharpness is good. You're trying to create a virtual world. The virtual world got to be look like a real world that means it's sharp. Otherwise, you wear glasses, right? So people don't understand that. They say, make it big, make it big. Well, this is the biggest mistake, and I think we have to correct that. The second one is everybody tries to jam everything up on their VR headsets because they want everything. I think this is wrong. You have to be lighter. Remember, as we go, every generation computer is always lighter and smaller, lighter, more function. The cell phone today is around 5 to 6 ounces. We are now providing people headsets on their head, 20 ounces, 15 ounces. It's going the wrong way. We wear something heavier than the cell phone. No computer transformation has like that. Every time it's smaller, 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 lighter. Now we're actually going the wrong way. You got to do differently. You also make it fashion. Remember, why is Apple phone successful? It's very nicely designed. Okay. The third rule is that everybody wants the virtual world look like a real world. Sure, someday it may be that. Right now, let's focus to vertical applications that people are useful today. Don't make a terminal, you think, that can be applied for everybody. Not today. Maybe 10 years from now, we'll look back and say, oh, we have it. But today, let's for localized applications. Finally, I think this is a kind of for, because I followed the last talk from Sony, I actually say people focus too much on the gaming. It's time to get out of gaming. I think gaming is not the right way for long term to go into a VR. In fact, this is what we think. First of all, is the military. We know. We provide over 90% of VR AR headsets to military. We know what's happening there. The next one, I really think, is more in the enterprise world, more in the entertainment, video entertainment. I think it's going to be very useful. I think it's very important to understand gaming was useful to get started, but as you say, it's hard to provide the value to people. So the price has to keep on going down, 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 down. And this is not the way we want to go for a new product category. So anyway, the last thing is this. VR is actually a problem. You close off your situation awareness. So the more you enclose it, the more you immersive, you have to find a new way, a clever way to protect the physical space and digital space for people. Otherwise, people will not wear more than 20 minutes. And that is the one thing that people are not paying attention to it. The situation awareness must be given. So I just to say, these are the common mistakes. In some way, you can reverse that into a rules. So we just have to make sure if you don't design the headset at this phase, maybe 10 years from now, it's a little bit different. Right now, we're entering this new phase. We have to be very careful about this. Let me give you some examples. Okay, follow. This is the F35 helmet. This is the world's most successful, most advanced AR helmet in the world. Okay, the pilot wears this. I don't want to tell you how much it cost. You can, in the front is a see-through. The images is projected onto the visor. You can see 360 degrees around you. You can see it's dark. It's at nighttime. He's always situation aware. He get all the outside real world from images. He's situation aware all the time. He's audio aware of all the time. It's audio communication all the time. And he's trained. He's trying to save lives, trying to win the war. So all the rules are satisfied, even though it is very heavy. How about this one? Well, this is a drone racing. You notice that I was there 2 years ago now in Sacramento. It's an international drone racing. Okay, and what happens? We at the Fat Shot is our customer built these little headsets, VR headsets. Okay, the VR headset sees the image coming from the drone. There's a sensor, there's a camera mounted on the drones, and the drones run around 100 miles an hour. So this is the only way they can control it. We call them pilots. These pilots control the drones, and you can go race. You probably can see them on TV. And you notice on the left-hand side bottom, there is the international champion that year, it's a couple of years ago, from Australia, Chet. So he was playing with me. He's holding his drums and now holding his trophy. So that was very successful. I think Fat Shot make a very big success out of the drone racing. Then there are many other examples. I don't have time to talk about it. But today, we just announced what we call the smart screen. The smart screen is actually using the principle we have. Try to strip everything function as much away from the headset as possible. In other words, we have this word called minimum viable product, MVP. How can you strip everything out so that it's lightest on your head? MVP is what we strive for. So GoldenEye satisfies our rule. Make it as simple as possible. And it's very lightweight. It's about the weight of a golf ball. Also, we also introduced 2 weeks ago and start shipping is Solos for health and fitness. This is for cyclists, for runners, for triathlons. And it's actually it's a sunglass that all those athletes wear. Then we put a see-through screen on top. Very lightweight, so people look and say, hey, it's just like a sunglass. Again, we give the situation awareness. You can talk to you can cell phones, it gives you music. So the situation awareness, both audio and visions are provided. So with this, I'm going to end the talk. But so we're actually going to have a book signing event right after this talk at 12:30 to 2 by a famous book called Metaverse. The author, Charles Finch, over there. He's going to author the sign the books, and we'll be providing free copies to the supply last between 12:30 to 2 o'clock. I'll also be there to answer any questions, additional questions you may have. Okay. So you come to our booth, which is this book signing, starting at 12:30, 313, and we'll also show a lot of exhibits there. And also, I would like to remind you, we have another talk coming up tomorrow at 9:20 at room B4, which talk about all the components, enabling components that we supply to other people building wearables headsets. With that, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.